if you have a friend that you don't believe in, but you cool with them, should you still support their dreams? Like if you got a partner that got a food truck, but you don't really think the food good like that, should you buy a plate every now and again just to support? Maybe you buy it and give it away, or buy it and throw it away, or buy it and feed it to your dog. You don't never consume it, but you just buy it because you're like, man, this my friend. I don't really like the food like that, but I don't want to see his dreams go away. Or because you don't believe in him, do you wish for his downfall so that he could find another thing to do that he might be actually good at? Let's start the show.
Blah, blah, blah.
That's all
blah,
we
blah,
chasing,
blah, blah, blah,
you
blah,
know?
blah, blah, blah.
And they call it
Trey, just
the
get to the
pursuit of
part where you
happiness,
say, let's
which is
start the
start
show.
If you volunteer to give me a ride, do I owe you gas? I kept telling him, boy, I can't wait till a bitch destroy you. I can't wait. Once we have seen your naked ass, we don't take a lot of things that you say seriously.
That album is for niggas with yachts and jets and who know what the fuck escrow is.
But he was walking around just too much sunshine in his face. It was pissing me off. You gotta meditate after you fuck dirty bitches. You have to. You got to meditate after so that you actually reconcile and deal with that shit and let it wash away.
Welcome to another episode of the Tutson Interruption. My name is Trey Tutson, and yes, I am here right now in Austin, Texas. I'm in my hotel room, waiting for the show, hours before the show. I didn't know if I was gonna do an episode or not, but I was like, no, let's make sure I just do it and let's stay on top of it and, be responsible. So, yeah, I'm at Cap City Comedy Club tonight. Love Cap City. Cap City's fun. Shit, damn, I'm here. I was here last year. I did the Tutson Interruption live show last year with my boy Michael Day. That was for my birthday that I had did that show. And man, boy, what a birthday that was. That was that is one I will not forget because boy, did it lead to something in my life. Led to me having to raise something for a while. Well, I might get into that. We'll see. I don't really talk too much because, you know, I did the show. Anyway, I'm back there tonight. I'm back at Cap City. I love Cap City. That's why I met Louis at Louis C.K. Joe List introduced me to Louis C.K. He was nice and he was kind to me. I love that club. I love Cap City. It's fun. So I'm doing my own show again. Tonight is gonna be a little bit of what my show was Monday, bro. I did the Secret Group. Shout out Andrew Youngblood for letting me do that last minute. Um, small little crowd, but I had fun on stage. I did about 90 minutes. And I kind of just talked about what I wanted to talk about. You know what I mean? Like just things that I hadn't really been able to say. Because, when you're opening, bro, like, you're like a part of a band and you gotta go out there and play the triangle. And you're expected to play Purple Rain with a triangle. And that's what you gotta go out there and do. You gotta go out there and make sure that the crowd hear elements of Purple Rain through a triangle. And so that's what it is. Whatever it is that you're supposed to go do, that's what you do. But in that, you know, it's not a lot of freedom of stuff that you may want to talk about, especially like if you open for somebody that is of a particular. I don't know what is wrong. Why am I slow with the words? Is it the flight? Is it the? I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm a little slow with the word, but you're not able to be as free as you would like to be on stage and stuff like that. Like it just talk mainly just talking about some of the stuff that you might want to talk about because their audience may not get it or it may just be too much of a risk. So that's what like your own shows is for, and that's what the show Monday was. And apparently, I took some leaps, I took some risk because my friends wanted to talk to me right after. My friends came right over and was just like, "Hey, bro, yeah, let's talk. Yeah, let's make sure we're not saying that, and let's be conscious of this that we're saying and that." You always know when you kind of went too far, uh, in saying something. When your friends want to come over and talk to you, and they got a whole bunch of air in their voice, you be like, "Hey, man, you want to talk? Yeah, let's go on the patio. Let's debrief. Let's talk about it. Ugh, some things, man, some things." So now they gave me some great notes and some great feedback. So I'm gonna apply that to the show tonight, and and make those adjustments and try to make what I'm doing solid and on top of it. But show was fun, man. I just had a lot of fun, and that's what I'm really trying to do mostly, is just have some fun on stage and be as loose and myself as possible. Um, so much is happening. Um, so much is like, I mean, so many things kind of took place. I don't even know where to really start because this. I normally talk about myself a lot on the part, like just things that happen that I like to talk about. About my own life because I don't really like touching in a lot of some of the other areas. But God, some of the stuff that took place is we can't not talk about it. So, well, let's start with the email, with the not the email, the text thread that got leaked, which I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I want to feel safe and I want to feel like everything's gonna be okay. But if we was able to see the text thread, what is the rest of everybody else able to see? What are the people that we supposed to be keeping this away from supposed to see is actually seeing for one? That is frightening as hell. Man, look, I don't even like when somebody pick up my phone. If somebody pick my phone up and look at the time, I don't even want people to see the notifications that's coming up on front of my screen. I don't even want nobody to see that. I don't want somebody to know that Popeyes is letting me know that I can get a free sandwich today if I buy one sandwich. I don't want nobody to see that. So I couldn't even imagine if somebody opened up and went and was going through a text thread of me planning and plotting something. Bro, listen, we hear about the drone strikes and the stuff that take place, like what they doing over there. It's one thing when you read how casually they just set up blowing up something. They was using emojis and shit. They was bringing. I don't like when they bring God into it. I didn't like that part. I didn't like that part. But the guy was just kind of like, let's pray to God that God bless all our troops. And I was just like, oh man, it was just too casual. And then they blew up a whole building just to get one dude that they feel might be on some terroristic type stuff. That's I don't know. Reading it is just one thing. You know what I mean? Like it what I felt in the moment with reading the text thread, that like seeing what they were saying back and forth, that shit was kind of like, for me, it was like if you ever went to your girl phone and you went to her group chat with her friends, and not your girl, it ain't your girl is doing nothing, but you read how one of the girls, like one of her friends, just casually talk, just like she's just casually describing how sexually promiscuous she is. You know what I mean? Like she just casually talk about sucking balls. It's just like you just be like, damn, this bitch is just she's just so cavalier with the debauchery. It was very, or just how, if a girl going to do something wild. Like I've read that in the group chat before with a girl, like girls just talking. She like, yeah, just got the abortion. I'm about to go to work. Like what? Like you should take 3 days and recover and reflect. You just go head straight to work. You work at a call center, bitch. You might want to. I don't know. That was like weird reading that, but I mean, man, I don't know. It feels it's scary. I miss more than anything. I miss. I think the reason that people oftentimes miss being young, aside from hacky ass like your body, like the shit that goes on with your body, and uh mainly stuff like that, not being tired and no aches. I think one of the things that we miss about being young is the time to be free, meaning or the time to be carefree. The time that you have, like you have so much of your life ahead of you that you have like so much the time, so the time that you have, you feel like you can just not think about certain shit and not care about certain things that's happening in the world, and so you don't even realize how scary some certain stuff is. Like I was in the fourth grade when 9/11 went down. I didn't under none of it felt it didn't feel like nothing. They always be like, never forget 9/11. I could never forget 9/11 because that was the day I found out my parents didn't really love me like that. All my friends got picked up early that day. I was there the whole day. The teacher was looking like, can they come and get you? Because if you leave, then I can leave. I was like, I can't color no more American flags. I can't do it no more. I was just left in there. But I remember just not feeling, but even like getting older, like certain things happening. I can remember the excitement around Obama being elected, but like I was just too young to really like actually really care. Like it was no, and now it's like when stuff happens in the news, I'm like, yo, what does this mean? What does this mean for stuff? Like, so what does that mean is what's gonna happen? And then you just like, damn, I need to read up on some of this. I need to find out what might happen. And then you read, but you don't want to read, bro, because it's like it's too late. Every article I read is just like, hey, and this is why it's too late for shit to recover. This is why it's too late for shit to get better. Keep on struggling. I do know this. I do know that if I think I'm gonna slow down on talking to people that only want to gossip. Something feel it just feel dirty. Every time I get off the phone with somebody, they be like, "Hey, how you doing? Yeah, yada," and like they can't wait to kind of tell me about somebody. I just somebody else's shit. I just can't. Once I find out you talk to a lot of people that I know that I don't really talk to like that, and you want to tell me all the stuff that they got going on, I don't really want to talk no more. like, like what the fuck you telling them about me? What are you telling them about me? So that was like Buck Wild, that text thread. And then obviously Marvin Sapp, I mean, the robbery. I mean, it was a robbery, bro. It was a robbery. I mean, you saying it's so funny. Like, I did not say lock the doors. I said close the doors. I said to close them. What the? It does, man. If you aggressively tell somebody, uh, to refrain from having a door ajar, you pretty much saying the same thing. I don't know, man. It's an old video, but he probably should be in trouble, right? I grew up in church like that. They had a way. They got a way. You know, I grew up in church like that. There was guys, like I said, they would come out all the time. Them pastors, man, it's dudes that just know how to get money up out of people. They know how to talk. They just know how to use their mouth and just what they would call raise money. But really, you've coerced people. So there's like a thin line between persuading somebody and strong on robbing them. There's a thin line. And yeah, Marvin Sapp, bro, that was a strong. I mean, he's strong on Rob, the congregation. I don't think. What was the difference in somebody running in? The only thing is he had no gun. Only thing he had no gun. He had a microphone. That was the only thing that was different than somebody that go in and rob a bank and be like, everybody leave, everybody on the ground, don't nobody go nowhere, blah blah blah. They don't lock the doors. They close the doors. They tell you open the vault or open the drawer or whatever the fuck. It was the same shit. Everybody's shocked. It was people that was just like, "Oh, I would have left, and I would have this." And did anybody leave? That's what I want to know. Did anybody leave? They ain't show no foot because he said the wrong shit. He came out talking about close the doors when he should have said cut the cameras off. He should have been saying, cut the cameras, stop the stream, brothers and sisters. He should have had that shit cut off. He wasn't thinking. You cut the cameras off, now it's they word against yours. Your goofy ass left the shit running. So some of y'all might not, if there's anybody that don't know what I'm talking about. So there's a guy, Marvin Sapp, gospel recording artist, you know, hit songs like Never Would Have Made It, and He Saw the Best in Me and other stuff. You know, famous guy. He went to a church because apparently it wasn't his church. It's like basically like there's an organization like of churches, and he was at another church, and they asked him, "Would you go up and do the offering?" Now they do this. I've seen this done a bunch of times in church. There'll be a bunch of pastors and stuff that's up there for somebody's annual day or some sort of program that they put together, and they will most times ask the person that has the strongest mouthpiece. They ask the person that know how to get it out of it. And I've seen this shit. You got people, they go up, bro, they be like, they start doing church math on you. They start doing math on people and they and they do the math, bro, and they break it down. And they do this shit until they get to your number. So they do that. They be like, I need 100 people. You know, they'll be like, I need 10 people with $100. Do I got 10 people with $100? Okay, all right. Well, let me get 25 people with $20. They'll just do this shit and you don't know the math. You just wait until he say the amount that your ass was gonna give in the first place. So if he be like, let me get 50 people with $5. Let me get, and he didn't, and when you end up doing all the math, he didn't raise $3,000. So they gotta break it down like that, because if they come out and just be like, hey, I want $3,000, niggas would be like, you can take these $2, my G. They're not gonna give it to you. And so, there's there's reason, like, not all of the money goes straight to the pastor. Sometimes, or to the people up there or whatever. Sometimes they be like, yo, we need, like it do cost to for the church to operate. It do, for everything to happen, like in anything, in any business that you put together, there is an operational cost. Even with my podcast, for real shit. Even with the podcast, just to upload it so that a person can hear it, it costs me like $17 a month just to be able to upload it, and it could be on Spotify and this and that. Like, it's like that would be my operational costs. And then if I have production stuff and all this shit, whatever. So when somebody's at like, hey, can I have X amount? There's an overhead to it. It's the same thing at a church. So that's why a lot of times, when you get to those bigger churches, they have investors, they really have like sponsors, and they have like they have big time people that donate to the church. And then the extra stuff that come in, it'd be, I don't know what it really go to, but it just be extra shit that go in there. Maybe it's, I don't know what they do, but I'm saying I understand asking for the amount. I understand why that had to take place. This nigga's approach is the raggediest of the raggediest. Like, and you know what, man? I'm gonna be honest. I don't never trust. All right, Marvin Sapp is bald, and his shit is the middle shit. That shit is gone, and it's gone. It's to a point where it's like, hey, bro, you need to get a yarmulke, or that's one of the things, I ain't gonna lie, that's missing in the Christian community. They don't have a headpiece. They don't have a headpiece. Jewish people got the yarmulke. Muslim people got, I think it's the kufi is what it's called. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mormons got draws. That's for another head, though. But there's really no Christian headpiece. I'm talking about just a general headpiece. Of course, you got women that wear like Easter Sunday hats or Sunday hats, but it's not really. We need something. We need a Christ snapback. Y'all need something, bro. Y'all need a Jesus Scully, a Christ Scully. It's what you need. A crucifixion Scully. It's what you need. You need something for the head. There's no headpiece because, bro, I'm not lying. When you show up, if your hairline is either receding or you are balding, I have no trust. I don't want to give you this money. I'll be honest, that's the one time in church I've never felt comfortable. I never felt good. I've never felt good giving money in church. I've never felt good. I know men that have done that shit. I know men that have tried to get their life right with God and be like, I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm doing what's right. And they didn't paid their tithes and offerings and then struggled their ass off through that week. I've seen it. And then I don't even know how you explain that to your lady. Even if your lady is a believer, how do you as a couple, I don't even know how you do that. Listen, man, it ain't in there, but it's like, I got to be set up I got to be doing really good. And then I'll be like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and give a little extra. But it's impossible. You know how crazy that is? Most people live check to check. We saw that shit during the pandemic. When the pandemic struck, everybody saw this whole country lives check to check. The whole country is in survival mode. Everybody. Your landlord owned the building, they own the place. They like, hey man, I need this bread. Come on with the bread, dog. Da, da, da. Like you saw this shit. You saw people like, hey man, I'm depending on your money so I can get that money to these people because I owe them this money. You can't be late with your shit because you're gonna make me late with my shit. Everybody saw that's how this works. So I don't even know. I wouldn't feel right. I couldn't do it. When I was coming up, bro, everybody thought I was gonna be a they was like, man, you gonna take over after your daddy. And I was like, hell no. I gotta get up 52 weeks and ask for money. I got to put out a vocal GoFundMe. 52 weeks. I got to get up and say, hey, let me get that bread out of you. Hell no. I can't do it. I can't do it, bro. I couldn't do it. Now that's not what my dad does. I wish he had done it, but he didn't. Righteous brother. I gotta give it to him. Always been bivocational. Always been a solid dude. Always been solid. For real, for real. So I don't know. I get it, but I couldn't have, man, hell no. How you don't get up and leave though? That's what I'm thinking. How we don't get up and leave? How we don't get up and leave? But you know what it is? Like I think I might have heard this somewhere, but it's like that's how you know it ain't nobody really like standing on shit at a church. Like letting men be men at the church for real. Because how nobody if he say close the doors, ain't nobody going there, and everybody just was like, oh, I guess we gotta sit here. Soon as he get to talking that shit, you be like, hey man, hey man. So the door closed though. It ain't locked though, huh? Somebody would have got some clarity. The door closed, right? The door just closed. You said close them. You didn't say lock them, right? I'm just checking. I'm just trying to make sure I can leave. Just trying to make sure they just closed and not locked, brother. Because if they not just closed, I'm gonna need somebody to go get the key. If they not just that's so funny, bro. People act like tone no matter. You know, I always heard people say that shit. Even when I was like in sports and stuff like that, or parents and shit have said this. Parents that need therapy that don't go have said this shit. They would be like, "Don't worry about how I say it. Don't listen to how I say it. Listen to what I'm saying." You go like, bro, let's stop acting like tone don't matter. There's beautiful lyrics in heavy metal. I'll never know because I don't like how that shit sound. So I don't. Your message could be fantastic. I ain't gonna never know. So it's all about how you say it. This nigga was close the doors. Look at that implies lock. You can say close in a way that means don't you open that shit up. You bet not open that. That's pretty much what he said. You bet not open that goddamn door. It will be drama. I don't even, bro. It's just, but that was like, oh, like that was like from like sometime last year. So ain't no telling what was happening, what was going on, or whatever. I'm not, like I say, I'm not a person that's into that stuff. You know, like really, like I mean, there's a reason behind why people do certain shit. You know what I mean? Like there was a video that like resurfaced where the dude, I'm from Houston, so it's funny. The guy that worked from Turkey Leg Hood, he was just like screaming at his employees about being on their phone. I just like like the best thing that ever happened to me was me getting flipped out of getting ejected out of that mail truck. That mail truck, that lady rented me the mail truck flipping over and me getting ejected out of it. And I'm deciding I'm just going to be a comedian from here on out. I don't care what happens. I will die trying to be what it is that I want to be. That's it, period. I'm not gonna die being some shit I didn't want to be. Hell no. That was the best thing that ever happened to me. I don't have it in me to really be talked to in a crazy way. Even if you talk to me like crazy and I don't respond right away, right? I don't react to it. I just be like, okay, all right, I just hear you out. You have no idea that I have cut you the fuck off. I'm just that's a very powerful thing. The most powerful thing you could ever do is never let nobody know verbally where they stand with you. Never say, never say whether you fool with somebody or you don't. Because once you say, if you say you don't, then then the possibility of ever dealing with that person again is eliminated. So never say, always just behave in that way. Always, I ain't messing with them right now. I ain't messing with them. And don't ever say it, just don't do it. Because if something comes up and you like, oh shit, there's an opportunity here. Yeah, I go mess with them on this. You could go do it because you never verbalized it. You never said that you didn't. But I have once you cross a line with me, I ain't saying nothing. I'm just gonna sit and just be like, yeah, that shit crazy. Like, all right, I hear you, bro. Okay, got you, man. And I'm gonna just sit back, and then you gonna be trying to figure out why am I being less and less and less? Why am I giving you less of me? That's what I would say, dude. If somebody cross the line, don't even tell them they crossed the line, because everybody play down what they did. They could be wrong as shit. They could be all the way in their emotions when they responding to something. You confront them about it, they're gonna downplay it every time. You hardly ever meet somebody that's willing to stand on their shit. So it'd be like, oh, that's what you own? You got it. You got it. Play it down. So I saw that video, the nigga had turkey leg, he's screaming at all the employees. I just was like, why the fuck nobody left? Like, maybe this is a message for somebody out there that need to hear this. If you got a job that pays you minimum wage, you can leave that motherfucker. I need you to know that if you have a job that pays you minimum wage, you need to know that that is how they are going to treat you. They are going to treat you like you are the minimum. So if they gonna treat you like the minimum and then pay you the minimum, then that's where the fuck your tolerance need to be when bullshit go down. It needs to be at the minimum. Hey, this is a minimum wage job. I'm only dealing with a minimum amount of bullshit. And one of the minimums is if your ass just starts screaming at me, or you just start screaming, you just like you mad, you upset because you don't know how to communicate properly and get your point across, I'm out. I think it's weird people who own like bit like I say, man, I don't know, like I was saying in the cold open, bro. I got friends. There's so many people I follow that I just don't believe in. I don't know how the fuck I ended up following you. I don't know how it happened. And like, I just haven't taken the time out to just go through every person that I don't believe in and unfollow their ass. I don't know if it was like a gesture to gesture. And look, here's the thing. If you don't believe in me, please unfollow me. Please stop keeping track of of my life you don't care about. Please, because I'm only gonna post shit that look good in my life. I'm not gonna post the ugly. That's for my therapist. Whenever I get one. I don't know. I'm not If you got a good story about therapy, about how it helped change your life, email in to the Tutson Interruption at gmail.com. Cause I just don't and let me this is a good question to ask. Is there a cap on therapy? Like 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 is there a point where you get everything all right, you get everything you need out of it? Cause this is what I'm thinking. Okay, they say your brain, right? You have to constantly work. Your brain is a muscle, and you have to work that thing. And if you don't, right, you'll lose it. So that's what your mental health is, right? Something is wrong, you go in to go get it fixed, right? Your leg is broken. You can see that your leg is broken, but so there's a healing process. Same with trauma and things mentally, right? You can be broken mentally, and so you need to heal. And this is what therapy helps. It helps to heal you. Okay, is there a cap? Is there a cap? Like, do you go like, all right, bro, I think I'm good. I think I'm just coming in this bitch every week and just talking. Cause they job is that's another they job is to hustle you. I'm sorry. Now I can't think I'm thinking of a therapist that would act like Marvin Sapp. You walk in the reception to be like, close the he talking to the therapist. You walk in, the therapist talking to the receptionist, close the doors. I need 40 patients to give me $1,000. Therapy costs, bitch. You come in here, you come in this office, you comfortable. Even when I'm talking to you online, this internet connection is strong. You think that shit is cheap? Hmm? I don't know, man. All right. If you don't believe in somebody, stop following their ass online. If you find out somebody don't believe in you, go block them before they unfollow you. Get all these people out of your life. And you know what, man? I'll be honest. If you a person, if you have caused damage in my life, but you somehow keep confessing that there's love or there's something there, but there's been severe damage that you have put, like in my life. I don't want your love. I don't want it. Your love come with bullshit and toxicity. And them people, we don't need to tell them nothing else about ourselves because we don't know what the fuck they plotting on. Sometimes a motherfucker can be praying for you to be closer to them, and the whole time they praying for you to get closer to them, they tearing you away from yourself. Fuck that. I want to be everything that I'm supposed to be. So this has been another episode, Tutson Interruption. It's a little off. Sorry, it's a little wonky. I don't know if it was like the flight wasn't that long, but I still feel a little weird. I don't know if it's lack of sleep. I don't know what the fuck. It felt off, but I had to do it. I got to do it. I had to get it in time. Um, Reach out, say what's up, share clips, show love. I'll be more. I'll continue to strive to be more entertaining for sure, for sure. Um, and I'm gonna keep growing. I'm pretty talented. Remember, guys, why did I just say that? Am I trying to convince myself? I don't know. But I want to say, don't let nobody tell you, don't let nobody try to dictate to you while you're in a certain place. Let them know you there because God wants you there. So it's been another episode, guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Adios until next time, folks. Take care.